Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. As you may know me, my name is David Lemon. I'm the community manager and the training manager for Groove Digital. And today I'm here to answer your questions. So I'm looking forward to this session. This is one of the first Q&A sessions after the long Groovathon, which was awesome. So looking forward to having you and your questions on there. So every Thursday we'll be doing this LemonAid session where I sit in front of the camera, I come in front of the screen, basically go live in the community, and then ask what questions do you have for me. This way, in case you're stuck somewhere, in case you are working on something and you just are missing one little piece, no matter how small it is, I would be able to point you in the right direction. So sometimes I don't explain the full answer on how to actually do, I don't know, how to build out this and that. I just sometimes point people to the video so that we can answer more questions from more people. So if you are watching today, please jump into the comment section and then say hi. I would love to see who is with us today, and this way we can say hello to everybody. So I can see here quite a lot of people already. Let me just jump in here and then answer, or actually just welcome everybody here. So I have Samuel over here. I have June. Hi, David. I have Hillary, Javier, June is here, Lloyd, Mitchell, Bob G. Awesome. It's good to have you here, guys. Ron is watching us again. It's good to have you here, Ron. Yeah, so a lot of people are starting joining in. Hello, David. How's your day going on? Going Florida. My day is very good, Florida. Thank you very much. Leon is here. Jackie from the Caribbean. Nice. It's good to have people from all over the world here. Yeah, so today I posted an image in the Facebook group for the actual post where people can comment on with their question. This is the actual post over here. So in case you haven't seen it yet, you can actually go in there. Today we'll be looking at into the comments from people and then seeing what people would like to know, what questions they are. So in case you are interested and you would like to have your question answered, you can just put them in the comments below. So basically where you're watching would be on the left hand side, right hand side below the video. Just pop them into the comment section and then we'll be able to answer them for you. So I have Eddie here as well, Suhil, Millie, Scott. I have a Facebook user from South Africa. So in case this is you, please head over to streamyard.com/Facebook. This will activate your Facebook profile so I can see your profile image and your name on there. So when you're commenting, when you're asking questions, I can actually answer the question directed towards you. Okay, I have, okay, June, I saw your messages. You don't have to post them again and again. I will go back to it and then I will answer it. Okay, perfect. So with this out of the way, I just wanted to come over here and move myself a little bit so that we can see the actual questions. Perfect. So I don't need my name on here. How do I do it? So if you can see, I am doing a different thing. Usually I don't I do live streams directed in StreamYard, basically managed in StreamYard. Today I wanted to spice things up. I'm learning more and more, so I am testing out OBS, and OBS allows you to do all kinds of funky things. And one of these is just to change the different layout of the video, how you are actually managing it, things like that, which makes it easier for me to work and to provide good content for you. So what I'm actually working on now is seeing how I can be on camera in this layout, but so that I don't get covered over. So let me just see, just by doing this would probably help with that. Okay, yeah. So let's dive into the questions. There is loads of questions and I want to make it a little bit bigger so you can see them as well. And yeah, so Eric Wheeler asked in this post, which was posted a couple of hours ago. We have 10 questions on here. After these 10 questions were answered, I will jump in and answer the rest of the questions that you guys have. So I have a custom domain from NameCheap pointed to a GrooveFunnels. Can I set up an email address with that domain for GrooveFunnels? Absolutely, Eric, you can. Let me just show you where you would find information on that. So in case you go to support.groovedigital.com, this is our help desk. This is where all the information is in regards to Groove. And in case you would like, you can search for email. Okay? And you can see email forwarding. You can also have a Gmail account, and on your website you say info@yourdomain.com, which will transfer or forward all the emails to your Gmail account. This is a free method where you can use like professional looking branded emails. There is also another video, which is over here, this one, getting a professional email address with your domain that is connected to GroovePages. You can see the timestamps over here and you can immediately watch the video. So these are the two things you would have to explore. Do you want the free option? Do you want a paid option? And in this video, I also show a free option that is not email forwarding. So there are two videos already out there that you can watch. You can have a look which one you prefer. I suggest going with the paid version, with having actually Google or G Suite activated. This way it is going to be super easy to scale in case you actually at a later point you want to add on people into your company. Then you'll be able to very easily create more email addresses using these methods over here. Okay, so going back to Facebook, this was answered. Lucian is asking, can we create coupon names? Can we create custom coupon names? I know that this was an option at the beginning, but it was giving a bit of trouble. So when you actually go to GrooveSell, I don't think it is at this moment possible, but let's just double check together. When you go to GrooveSell inside the funnels, there is the coupons option. If you go to this coupon option, you can see that there is ProteinX25. So this is something that I created by myself. So basically I set up the name. When you create a new coupon at this moment, I believe it generates a random one. So if you type in coupon code, dummy coupon, okay, and you just choose what for how many, save and exit. Okay, so it didn't change it. Okay, let's just create a new coupon. Dummy 2, save and next. Okay, dummy 2 will be 15% discount on a coupon, and then any product from this funnel, all payments. And let's just have a look. So dummy 2 is, yeah. So at this moment, it adds on a little bit of information on here. As you can see, I typed in dummy 2, but it added on this. I'm not quite sure if this was intentional or if this is something that would need to be looked into, but at this moment, it adds on some characters at the end. I'm not quite sure what's the status of this one. We'll need to have a look with the devs, but at this moment, I don't think it is possible. Okay. Second one, how can we customize colors, labels, etc. on email forms and funnel bumps? On email forms, you can use custom CSS to do it. At this moment, inside I believe you're talking about GrooveMail forms. In GrooveMail now you have the option to have a form. Oops, not this one, but here. In GrooveMail, there is now an option to have a code from an HTML, basically a HTML code from a form. Okay, so you go into your forms and you go into, I don't know, get the code. There is a raw HTML. Okay, so when you actually copy this over, there is information on here that allows you to change things. So uh, there is actually different kind of code that you can use. So it already has CSS applied to it, so you can change this CSS over. You can change the colors of the buttons, of the borders, of the text, of the sizing of the forms, and things like that by knowing CSS. In case you don't know CSS, there are tools that you could use that looks like this. I'll show you in a second. I have a tool called Easy CSS, where you actually hover over something. Let's just say I hover over this one or this text on here, and then I increase the size of it, as you can see. So it allows you to edit the actual CSS on the page. It is not but not everybody has these kinds of tools. You can register for free trials. You can also find tools like this for free, but at this moment this is the only way to modify the forms. We'll have full integration with all our apps. There's just a little bit of extra time needed for that one, and then you can modify and really design the forms inside GroovePages with the built-in features, so that you have a form looking exactly as you would like it. ETA for funnel multi-currency, please. I don't have an ETA on this one at this moment. On the actual infographic it says 30th of this month. This is a target date that was moved a couple of times, but when we move it, that just means that the devs need a little bit of extra development time on it. So we'll see if it is coming out on the 30th. I'm very hopeful. I think things look great, but at this moment it's just a target date. James Kennedy is asking if CSV for GrooveMember sorted yet. Not quite sure if this is for GrooveMember. I believe you're talking about GrooveMail to import emails. No, importing emails is not an option yet, and the reason is that our basically we have counselors, we have people that are working with us on making sure that the actual GrooveMail is set up properly. The servers are sending emails and things like that. So these counselors are basically the people that advise us on developing the platform. They said that they need more information, that we still need a bit of time for the people to send out emails. Customers are not sending out enough emails so that the advisors see and adjust. So we'll need a little bit more time, a little bit more email sends in order to actually have the import feature in there. How can we add newsletter email capture form in GrooveKart and connect it to either ActiveCampaign or GrooveMail? So in GrooveMail, you have the form, you create your form, and you just take the code. You go into the get the code. Okay, next you copy this over. I'll just use this one. Okay, raw HTML. Okay, copy this over. You head over to GrooveKart and you just embed it on the page. I'll just choose one of these stores that I have, for example, the florists. Is cart working 100%? Well, nothing is working 100%. There is still loads of features that we want to add. Not even Facebook is 100%. Is it usable enough so that you can make money with it? Absolutely. So here is the page. If you go to elements, you come into content. There is a HTML code element. You just drop that in. Please add HTML code. You come into the settings, you paste that code in there, and then you save it. Once you did, it will not be displayed here. Please check your live site. This is what you would need to do. As you can see, it mentions it there. Copy. Let's just paste it in and then have a look at our live site. We have the form here, which is connected with GrooveMail. You would need to style it a little bit in order to have it really nice. But yeah, that's basically it. If you want, you can also do 3 rows and then pull this up into the middle row. This way, you'll get a nicer layout of the actual form. Let's just have a look over here. There we go. So now you have a form on here that is connected to GrooveMail. If somebody fills it out, then you can get all the customers' information in the GrooveMail already. Again, in case you want to modify this, you can get into the CSS, and then if you don't know CSS, you can get one of these handy dandy CSS tools. You hover over things, you go into the background, you change the colors, for example, this orange, or let's just make it this blue. You can go in and then increase the borders, or actually make the borders smaller, bigger. I don't know, add on some padding on here, add on some padding, as you see, and so on and so on. I don't know CSS. This is why I use tools that use that, but if you don't want, you can just use the form as it is. Okay, so this is the answer to the question about email forms. Can I start contacts who are already subscribed on the list to new sequence? Can I start contacts who are already subscribed on a list to a new sequence? If so, how? Not quite sure I understand your question, but in case you are talking about if I can get people who are already subscribed on the list to a new sequence, absolutely. If you have already people that subscribed to one of your lists, you can go, let me just see, where am I? This is, okay, this is GrooveMail. So you have already a list, and you can set up an automation. Everybody that joins the list, okay, so everybody that subscribes to this list, you choose the list, you add it on, do this, okay? Subscribe to sequence, and then you choose your sequence that you want. This way you can create automations and then all kinds of different connections. It's super easy to do. There's not a lot of thinking about it. Cool. Let's just see. I need big time help. Okay. Hey, you friendly neighborhood GrooveKarter here. Okay. Perfect. Good. So let's just see the next question. Any updates on GrooveVideo integration for GroovePages and GrooveMember? Not yet. Not that I know of. There is no info that I have gotten on that. Any updates on sell taxes for GrooveSell? This is going to be coming very soon. I don't know the exact dates, but this was talked about recently. Not quite sure where they are with it, but it is going to be coming very soon. And I'm sorry I cannot be of more help. That's just the thing. I'm not in these circles of devs. Whenever we ask them questions, we get some answers. Sometimes the answer is it's coming soon, very soon, ultra super soon, but there's unfortunately not an ability to give hard dates on some of the things that are still in development. They need to pass through QA and things like that. And with taxes, you really don't want to mess up, because it could be a big problem. How to space links on the navigation bar differently in different views, computer, tablets, tablet, phone. Space links on the navigation bar. Okay, let's just head into, okay, so this is GrooveKart. Let's just go into GroovePages and have a look. So if I want to edit one of my test pages on here, we can load in a template which has which has some navigation. So use templates. And let's just see. So this one has links. So when you come over here, you see that there are already pre-made links. You can just add on spacing between each one of those. You can also come to the nav menu, and yeah, actually you cannot. You just need to add on spacing onto each one of these. Okay, you add on spacing. I suggest you to add on padding, not margin, because it actually slides and makes the whole thing bigger. You can do if you want to add on top and bottom on the smaller devices, you can just add it like this. That's basically it. Okay. Why was importing leads into GrooveMail pushed all back almost to the end of November? I had thought it was the end of the October originally. Yes, so I mentioned this one. The advisors for our email software, they told us that they don't have enough data from the email sense, so they still need to have some tests going on because people are not sending emails. And it's some part our own fault because we still are missing integrations with GrooveMail and like connecting GrooveSell and GrooveMail to be able to email your affiliates automatically and things like that would really help. So we're still working on those things. Once that is done, we'll be able to see the import feature for lists very, very soon. Can you send HTML mail with GrooveMail? I'll admit I haven't explored that. Yes, you can. I'll just point out very quickly when you go and create a broadcast. I'll just edit one of the previous broadcasts over here. You can go to the actual communication, the message. Okay. And then here you have the view HTML. You can just paste in the code or write it out if you want, and you can create HTML emails. Okie doke. Let's just have two more questions on here. When will GrooveMail be fully operational? Define fully operational. Most probably never. We don't have a final goal. We'll always be adding things on GroovePay in case. It depends what features you're looking for. I would not be able to answer your question because this is a very, very like hard question because I don't know what you actually want to do with it. In case you want to email people that joined through a form, that you can already do. In case you want to do automation, sign them up as affiliates and things like that, it's already done. You can already use that. It just depends on what actually features you would like. Mark asks, where should I sell my digital product, GrooveSell or GrooveKart? But I started creating my funnel in GroovePages. I'm not confused and stuck. You should not be confused and stuck. You can do either or. You can do both if you want. And you can also create your pages in GroovePages, which is not a problem. I created a tutorial. If you head over to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/GrooveDigital, there is a video on there where you can create your product in GrooveKart and put it on to GroovePages to sell your product. Okay, there is also an option to sell using GrooveSell, and I do suggest you to sell using GrooveSell in case you have digital products. This way it is nicer, it is easier to sell digital products because GrooveSell was made to actually sell information and digital products the funnel way. In GrooveKart, it is created to actually sell products the e-commerce way, the shop way. So you have a shop and you put all your products in there and then you sell it that way. Depends what you would like to do. You can do either or, and there's really no need for confusion and frustration because you're on a good path. I do believe choosing GrooveSell would be smarter for your digital products, but you didn't do anything wrong if you went with the GrooveKart way. Okay, so this one is now done. I can go back to this layout and I can answer some more questions from here. Let's just answer the question from June. He was asking it a couple of times. May I know why Mailchimp form doesn't allow extra columns? I have a webinar landing page, want to get people registered by collecting their name, email, phone, but Mailchimp form only allowed email. Okay, I understand the question. Let's jump into GroovePages and then explain you what I would like you to know. So on here, you can see that we don't have a form. Let's just pull in the Mailchimp form. So if you go on here, and let's just put the Mailchimp form over here so we can see it. Okay, we have now Mailchimp form, which only asks for email. In case you come on here and you duplicate this, now you have 2 forms. Now, if you duplicate it one more time, you have 3 forms. So you can also do this, duplicate this one, and then just pull it down in case you want these labels, even though I don't use labels, so I just usually delete them. Now you have a form which has 3 input fields. In the first one, you can ask for the email. In the second one, you can ask for the name. And then click update. In the third one, you can ask for their phone number. Okay. So now when you actually did this, you can click in between of these form fields somewhere where is a white space, and then you configure your actual integration. At this moment, I don't have an active Mailchimp account, but this is where you would choose just a Mailchimp account. You would choose your list, click update, and you're good to go. So that's the answer to that question. Okay, let's see. Okay, June says thanks. Christine K says hello. When will GrooveMail be fully functional? Thank you. That was answered. Shoshana, when I'm trying to place an element in a container, I cannot get it placed where I want it. It keeps jumping around. This even happens when I'm following your step by step, which stops me in my tracks. Can you show an enlarged view what you're using to move and place elements? Thanks in advance. Well, I'm using my mouse. So I want this one to come below the video. And let's just zoom in so you can see it better. Okay, hopefully you can see it now. I want this text to come below the video. There is the drag and drop icon over here. Click on it and then just drag it around. So you need to play with it. As you can see here, it is now below, it is now above, it is now below. So you need to actually juggle it a little bit on the actual screen. But when you hover over something, you now see the dotted lines. There is a dotted lines with green, which shows where it will be dropping it. This shows the container. The actual dotted lines are the container. If I move it out from here, now you can see that the actual container is the outer container where it will be putting it in. If I want to move it in the white space here in the white container, I would need to just juggle it a little bit around to actually place it where I want. And then you can be happy with it. But yeah, it's just playing with it where you want it. But don't forget to actually hold your mouse while you are dragging it around the page. Then you can put things where you want. Now that I have this here, let's just say I want to move this container a little bit lower. There we go. So now we have a really nice layout. I don't do anything special, really. I just click on that drag element, this drag icon, and then I pull the things where I want it. For example, I want to drag this one somewhere else, for example here. There we go. So also, if new elements come on the page, I just click on it and drag it out the same way. So I just wait for this green dotted, or actually dashed, container layout where it actually shows where you're putting it, and then you can see it's just practice. Like if you practice it a little bit longer, then you will be happy with the outcome. Let's just move back and see any other questions. Okay, Daniel Grant, same question I was thinking. Okay, great to know about email expansion for the future. Um, I'm a bit confused about where would be the best to sell art paintings. Okay, I believe I already answered this one. If I okay, and never mind. And how does GroovePay work? I have no experience and like to know how to collect the money. So GroovePay, you just go to groovepay.com and you apply. You apply very simply, or you can also do it from GrooveKart by going to GrooveKart and then settings, payment. There you can apply also, or you can go to GrooveSell, payment gateways, and apply from there. It's the same thing. Once you have GroovePay, you will be able to easily connect it with all the platforms in there. I personally don't have a GroovePay account because I would need to register as a company, and I didn't do that yet. But it is pretty simple to do, and you already have help by the support people that actually manually review and manually go through your application form. So it's super simple to go and have them explain the process. Selling art paintings, it depends if those art paintings, if this would be an actual physical painting that you would ship using like a package or something, or would it be an art that you scan or you create on a computer. So if it's digital version, I would suggest to sell it in GrooveSell. You can also do it in GrooveKart, but then it's a shopping like a shop way. So you put all your paintings or all your work up there, and people can choose and then and add it to cart, remove it from cart, and so on. It's like Amazon. This is GrooveKart. In case you go with the GrooveSell route, then you actually specifically sell one painting or one work of art, and then after somebody buys this, then you can sell them something else. You can sell them courses and things like that. This is more of a funnel type of a sales system. Alta, planning to do blog. Do I just create this in GroovePages? Yes, that's a great question. I explained this in during the Groovathon. I actually did a build of a blog on GroovePages, and I explained what the benefits and drawbacks are. But in case you have a blog and you want to create a blog and not have a lot of blog posts at this moment, in case you want to have like 5, 10, 20, 25 blog posts or so, you can start it out on GroovePages. When you actually need more, like you want to blog every day, you want to have multiple posts per day, I wouldn't suggest you to use GroovePages because it would be hard to manage the actual categorization, and everything is manual. We'll have GrooveBlog coming out very soon, and the platform is almost fully ready, just needs to be properly tested, needs to go through the QA process and so on. So I would not rely on GrooveBlog immediately to be 100% when it comes out. From experience with GrooveVideo, GrooveMember, and other apps that came out, when the app comes out, it needs a little bit of time. So decide if you are in a hurry, you want to have your blog up and running immediately, and you don't have a lot of blog posts, you can go with GroovePages, absolutely. In case you are planning to have a lot of blog posts and you want to start immediately, I would suggest you to go out and then head over to WordPress or some other blogging platform like blogger.com. Have a blog separately there. Most of those platforms allow you to connect your domain name using a CNAME. So you would have your website done in GroovePages, but the blog would be connected to your domain, but on other platform. So look into those solutions, look into those platforms. But at this moment, I would suggest you to do it with GroovePages in case you don't plan to do a lot of posts. Why I cannot create the form in GrooveMail? I can. It show I need to verify my sender details. So how to verify in order to use it? I can show you a video I did yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. About this one. Okay, so let's just go out from here, and if you go to announcements tab, there is a video for, this was a deployment for GroovePages. There is a deployment for GrooveMail. Okay, we have added the ability to change the sender identity, and if you click on this link, it will show you the actual video guide. It's a 4-minute guide where I go through. Okay, I'll mute it, and then it shows you what you would need to do. You would need to create the sender details. It shows it step by step what you would need to do. Let's just go through it a bit quicker. And then after you did it, you receive an email. You just need to click into that email. You need to click the verify button over here, and once this is done, you are actually verified. So you can have a look now. I'll click the verify button, and it loads in. It gives me a success message. Now for you, it will be giving you one line of one piece of code successfully verified. Once you did this, it goes back, and once you refresh the GrooveMail, you'll see it here in a second. You refresh GrooveMail, it says verified no. You refresh it, and it says verified yes. So simple. Then you can just continue working as normal. So have a look at the GrooveMail update deployment that was added. It's here in the announcements tab in popular topics and posts. So in case you missed it, this is what you would need to have a look at. Where was I? Yep, I was coming over here. Okay, so I love your setup, truly amazing. Can you tell us how what you are using to do this live stream? Okay, to go out to YouTube, Facebook, how you able to do screen share with showing you on the right side of corner? Just yeah, what type of microphone and equipment you're using, please? So Manny, I actually got a green screen. So if you have a look at my hand, when I move it around, it gives you this blur. I don't really like it, and this is why I was hesitant on getting a green screen. But the green screen is the reason why you can do things like this, where you move into. Let me just remove StreamYard on here. You move onto one side of the screen, then you can change it to a different side of the screen, and then you're actually hovering over, and you are over the actual video. So you can do quite a lot of things using a green screen and a free software called OBS. I was thinking about actually creating a tutorial, not on Groove, but on probably my channel in a couple of days for the people that are interested, because this is not something that that I found one video that shows you all of these things. So I'm still learning myself. I still didn't grasp all the things, but it is super easy to do if you actually go into it. If you have a look at this one, this is just an image I put on top of the screen. And yeah, I'm actually quite sad because now I don't have anymore the Groove logo, the neon sign, because I cannot put it anywhere because this is a green screen. So that's one of my hurdles at this point. But I really like sometimes when you have a green screen and then you move your glasses inside the glasses on here on the other side, it would show still the green screen, but it doesn't. So I believe technology is getting so advanced that they are filtering these things out. I will probably do a list of things that I'm using. I don't know what microphone this is. This is one of the cheapest ones I found on online in Croatia. It is White Shark, I believe is the name of it. Nothing fancy. I believe it was $50 or so. It's a USB microphone. You plug it into the computer and it works out of the box. Camera is Logitech Brio. It's a I believe the most expensive webcam in the world at this moment. For personal private uses, there are of course those conference webcams that cost $3,000 for some reason. But yeah, so nothing special. Cheapest microphone on in the shop online where I found it, and just Logitech Brio. Everything else, this is a green screen. It's an Elgato green screen. I don't know which one I found. I heard from Mike Phil saying he was using it during the Groovathon, and Norris got it as well. So I got this one myself just because everybody has it. How many subdomain can we add in free plan? You can add one subdomain to GroovePages. You can add multiple subdomains to GrooveKart. So a subdomain will be the name of your actual site. So you can create unlimited number of stores in GrooveKart. So you can have unlimited number of subdomains. One subdomain is one store. Okay. In GroovePages is different. GroovePages will have one subdomain for all your sites, but at the end of the actual subdomain you will have a path. So imagine it like yourdomain.com is the root. Let's just actually draw it out. Okay, I will move this over here. Okay, I have a sketchpad over here that I gotten recently. It's pretty cool as well. So if we go over here, you have the yourdomain.com. Okay, this is your root domain. Root domain. Okay, then in front you get the subdomain. So let's just say lemon dot. Okay, this is the subdomain, and then after this one you get the path, which would be / I don't know, juice. This is the path. So this is the subdomain. You can have one of these subdomains. So if you set it up to, I don't know, your name at groovepages.com, and then each of your sites in GroovePages will have their own path. So for example, in this case, juice is the actual path. When you want to create your own custom domains, you set up your own root domain, which would be yeah, that didn't go well, which would be yourname.com. Yourname.com. This would be your root domain, and then you don't actually need a subdomain when you have your custom domain over here. You would just need to add on the path, for example, services, and so on. So now this is your subdomain, root domain, path, and when you actually connect your custom domain, it would be something like this / services. It's not that hard to understand, but different platforms on our inside GrooveFunnels have different rules, and I find that it was a good question. How can I verify a sender? Okay, I already showed this one. Can GrooveMail here link to Mailchimp? Why would you do that? You can go and verify your sender and then just do everything with GrooveMail. Custom fields in GrooveMail, when we'll be able to access the data people input into them? Good question. This is being worked on as we speak. It is now available to be seen inside when you click on leads. For example, John Doe signs up to your form, and you on your form have custom details that you're asking them, like what's your date of birth, for example. If you go and John Doe signed up, then you go into GrooveMail, click on leads, and you find John Doe's name. You click on John Doe's name, and then it will be saying all the information that you were asking from them. So now we are starting collecting and displaying that data inside the leads tab, inside the leads options. But at this moment, there is nowhere to use it. But this is going to be added on soon. We are just working on these things. What tool extension was that? I believe this was the CSS tool that I was showing. It's called Easy CSS. and I'll just type in easy CSS and CSS menu. Okay, so that's not the one. Easy CSS extension. There is CSS inspector. It does the same thing, which you just go and then you can modify the CSS. But yeah, let me have a look where I can open the actual website of this app. It's easy with a Z. E Z CSS. Easy CSS, no code, a CSS editor for any site. Yes, there was a lifetime deal somewhere where I found it recently. You can have a single browser license for $25 over here. It's not that expensive. It's quite cool. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. Easy CSS with a Z. Okay, so I have 6 online training programs and I want to set it up. Do I use GroovePages to set up each program, or do I use GrooveSell and set up 6 product funnels? So you'll need to do both. You need to do 6 product funnels to sell each one of your courses separately. In case you're sometimes people do one course but separate it in different sections, and then they sell one section as a main product, then another section as an upsell, then another section, then another section. If you want to do it this way, then you just need to set up one product funnel in GrooveSell and then your pages basically in GroovePages. But the product funnel is just a system of selling in GrooveSell, and GroovePages would be the actual visual representation of your funnel. So you would need to do both in order to have that done. What is included in the current free offer compared to launch week? Just minus the 7 bonuses. Is GrooveKart still included? Yes, so you can get GrooveKart for free, and that's the only bonus that you can get now, and the rest of the bonuses are not added on. When and how do I use my JV broker links? I'm confused. I have been sharing my GrooveFunnels link more. Am I leaving money on the table? No. So in case you find a person that doesn't necessarily want to go and use GrooveFunnels, then you would give your JV broker link. In case you want to actually get people to GrooveFunnels and then give them the option so that they can also promote, this is just a normal link. It's complicated. It's basically for influencers. Most of the influencers and the big names, let's just say I will now call in Bill Gates. Bill Gates probably doesn't want to use GrooveFunnels because he already has his own systems. But if Bill Gates wants to make a little bit of side income, not because he needs, just because it's fun, you would share your JV broker link with Bill Gates, and then you get Bill Gates to promote it. This way, you are making money from Bill Gates, and then still collecting the second tier affiliate commissions. David, have you done training on styled elements? Now that means a lot. What element and what style, and what exactly should be styled? I'm not quite sure who you are. In case this is your comment, and whoever I clicked on that showed up as a Facebook user, please head over to streamyard.com/Facebook. This way I will know who I am answering to, or who I'm answering for, and I will be able to answer your questions directly. So please head over to this link over here, streamyard.com/Facebook, and I will be able to answer your questions that way. But I don't know what style, and I don't know what elements. One of the Groove mail, I just added a new sender, received email from GrooveFunnels, clicked on verify, but now inside my GrooveFile is still show not verified. Refresh the actual browser. Any recommendation for domain registration? Namecheap, Cloudflare, GoDaddy, name silo. Um, you ask 100 people this question, you will get 100 different answers. My answer would be Namecheap. My GrooveFunnels and the Groove Digital, the company, uses Namecheap. Most of my friends use Namecheap. There is one ugly duckling of my friends that is using GoDaddy, but I'm not saying it's not good. Some people will say it's not good. I just found Namecheap to be super easy to manage, super fast to actually work with. They do all the backend stuff pretty quickly. So I have never even thought about changing because Namecheap is just everything I need. Okay, so some of the comments just got shifted. There we go. When we'll be able to import leads? Don't know. No idea on that yet. It will be coming once the system can handle it. I mentioned earlier the advisors that we are looking for help on advising us on how to actually create a world-class email system. They told us that they need a little bit more time, that people need to email more so that they can see, they can test it out further. At this moment, people are not emailing enough so that we can allow everybody to import their lists. I'm building a membership, but when I want to log in as a member, it gives me an everlasting spinning wheel. Is this a common problem at the moment, or is it me? Not quite sure. I don't know who you are, but in case this is something that you found that is happening, please reach out to support. They will be, the tech guys can look into this one for you. How to add a CNAME on GrooveKart and create a webmail for your store email address. Works on Cloudflare directly, but not on GrooveKart. Any options? GrooveKart has Cloudflare built in separately. You cannot add a CNAME to have your GrooveKart store as a subdomain. GrooveKart store needs to be a root domain at this moment. So the people are doing, for example, I have my website. It's not my website, but davidlemon.com, just for demonstration purposes. davidlemon.com is my website where I have my funnels and everything. But I do want to have my store connected to it as well. So at this moment, as we are with our platform, and I don't want to say anything wrong, but it is the 29th of October. It is not possible to have the same domain for GrooveKart and GroovePages. This will be changing soon. Not sure when. I cannot give you an ETA, but that is being worked on publishing options. And I love when people put these sad or angry faces on the video just because I said something that they don't actually like. So whoever put this sad smiley face, you'll need to find a different solution. Anyway, what I was saying is that if I would want to have a solution at this moment, I would have davidlemon.com for my website and funnels, and I would have davidlemon.store or davidlemonstore.com or something like that. This way it keeps the branding. I would keep the whole brand colors and the structure and the layout of the pages for my store and for my website. This way it looks seamless. Why my account cannot create form from GrooveMail? It shows me a notification. Okay, I answered this one already. After I key in all the information, it still asks me to verify the sender details in order to create the form. How to solve this problem? I answered this one. Please delete all the mails that you created for the senders. And create them from scratch. You'll get an email. You'll need to click verify inside that email. When you go back to GrooveMail, click the refresh and it will be working. And whoever wrote this wrote it a couple of times on here. So I saw your question. I answered it already a couple of times previously. What's proper way to center a button? They are off to left by default. Yes, let me just show you. So if I go into GroovePages, if I go into GroovePages, like with everything else, let's just put in empty container block over here. Actually, let's just delete this one over here. And I have, it's either a text, either a button, or anything else is the same procedure. So with the texts, you can actually click on them and then center align them this way. This is one of the options. However, in case you don't do this, you can click on the actual container holding the text or holding the button, and then you go into layout and then center it here. Now you can see this is horizontally aligned. I want them to be vertically aligned to the middle. Now they are vertically aligned. If I put them to horizontally be aligned in the center, then they are next to each other. So if I put them to vertically be aligned, then they are vertically aligned in the center. This way you have the button properly aligned inside the container. Okay, so only the container has this layout option for direction. Okay, this is not appearing on the block. Inside the layout option, you don't have those. It is only inside the container. So that is the proper way to actually center the buttons. So when we come back to the actual StreamYard, oh, Davey, you are my hero. This has been driving me nuts. No problem. I'm happy to help. I skipped over a couple of questions on here because people are putting in their questions multiple times. Not a criticism, but if people could move more people into GrooveMail, they would be able to send more, kind of a catch 22. I understand where you're coming from, though. Yeah, as I mentioned, this is a part our fault, but we, to be honest, we are not rushing with the import feature because we want a more stable platform that will be sending out emails to the inbox and not to spam, not to the junk, not to the promotion, not to anywhere else, where whichever folders you have. We want to get into the inbox, and you want to get to the inbox as well. If we would now allow all our affiliates, and we have passed, I believe yesterday, we have passed, not yesterday, this week we have passed 300,000 members and users of Groove, so woohoo. But imagine like half of them, or at least 1/3 of them, bring in their lists, which have, each of those lists have most probably 100 and more people on there. Some people have thousands, some people have millions. Some of our big affiliates have millions of people on their lists. So this would cause a huge commotion. And if they start sending out emails, whatever kind of emails they start to send, I'm pretty sure there are these bad apples that would abuse this, send out spam, and that would make problems for me, for you, for everybody else. So I understand where you're coming from, and we will be adding on first the options to send out automated messages from GrooveSell, Groove Affiliate, and things like that, as I mentioned previously. Then it will be coming, the import feature will be coming soon after that. Hello, David. Question: when I advertise Groove, do I have to go into payments first? Not necessarily first, but you need to go into the payments. And let me just quickly show you where. So if you go into your dashboard in GrooveFunnels, go over to Groove Affiliate. So at Groove Affiliate, you go and go into the settings. Here, there are the payment details. You set up your PayPal email address, or in case you want to have the money sent over to your bank account, you just come over here to the wire, and then you set up your bank address, bank name, account number, routing number, and so on, whatever you have. I have an IBAN, or as we call it in Croatia, IBAN. This is for the Europe. Account number, routing number, SWIFT, and these things will be for US. I don't know what ABA is for some other country, most probably, but yeah. So PayPal wire, you can set it up before, in case it is time to pay out the actual affiliate commissions and you haven't set this up, it will be not paid. Also very important, you need to add on your tax ID over here in case you don't have any tax number, tax ID, or number related to the tax system. You'll not be able to get paid. So there's that. How can I track my affiliate sales if I'm going to send the general checkout page link to the webinar chat, since my affiliate are bringing the traffic to my webinar? How can I track my affiliate sales if I'm going to send a general checkout page link to the webinar chat? In GrooveSell, you can put the, let me show you, good question. In GrooveSell, if we come over here, you are the vendor. So you need to be in the vendor mode so that you can see the actual funnels, okay? Let me zoom out a little bit. When you see the funnels, you go into the product funnel. Let's just say that I want to now promote this Protein X training. Okay, this is the product that I want to promote. I want people to purchase this one. So you go into edit it on the actual checkout. Or here you have custom CSS and tracking. You can put your pixels, and yeah, you can put your tracking links on the checkout page itself, which will tag people when they come direct to your checkout page. Okay, so in the actual product of your product funnel that you will be selling in the number 5 step checkout, custom CSS and tracking, this is going to be firing when somebody shows the checkout page. Okie doke. You're talking about affiliate sales. You cannot do this with affiliate sales. We will have this option added at a later point. But for your own products, you can do it with a checkout page. With affiliate sales, you cannot track it directly if you send them the link. You would need to have. Actually, you can. Let me just dive in and show you now that I'm thinking about it. For affiliate sales, you come into the affiliate and you can create tracking links. You create your own tracking links over here, where you can create your tracking link. You add the name, for example, Groove affiliate link. You add a description just for yourself to know what this is for. I'll just copy this over. Hopefully you can see my screen. Yeah, okay. So in here you add on external link, you add on your link, or you can just go here to affiliate link and choose one of the links. So for example, I want to promote GrooveFunnels, and then I can use any of these links on here. So I'll just use the normal GrooveFunnels link. You go to save and next. You can track goals, affiliate conversions, or whatever you would like. I will probably just skip it over. And in here, you can add on your tracking codes. You can add on tracking pixels or whatever you would like to have here. You add it in here, and then at the end, you get the link. So this is your new link you need to share, which has already the tracking pixel added. So let's just have a look what happens. Okay, so let's just say that you click on it. There is this white screen, and then after that it loads in your affiliate link over here. This white screen that you saw previously, this white screen is the actual place where the pixel is loaded in. So you can do it both ways. For your own products, you can add it on the checkout page. For affiliate for promoting affiliate program, you can add it on using this tracking links system, which I almost forgot about that. So that's that. Can GrooveFunnels eventually eliminate the need for WordPress? Yes. So WordPress is a blogging platform. WordPress is a blogging platform that was created with different apps so that people started adding on all kinds of different things like email systems and pop-up systems and things like that. What Groove is doing its own solution. So it's not necessarily allowing everybody else to create solutions for WordPress, which also eliminates the need of security plugins in Groove, because Groove is a secured and closed loop. There is no plugins that could harm Groove at this moment. WordPress is just basically a bare bones blogging platform, which has a very, very good marketplace for plugins to extend that. With WordPress, you need to pay a lot of money in order to actually have normal website fully functioning. You can also install free plugins, but free plugins are, you know how free plugins are. So what Groove is doing is creating its own blogging platform, creating its own page building platform, creating its own sales platform, creating its own payment systems, creating its own basically everything. You can get WordPress and you can install WooCommerce, for example, for the e-commerce platform for WordPress. But then everything else, if you want to have affiliate program, you need to purchase a plugin for that. If you want to actually have modify the checkout page, you need to buy a plugin for that. So it's like a very, very bad system in my opinion. I love WordPress. I played with WordPress and this is where I started because it's kind of a free platform. You need to buy your own hosting, you need to buy your plugins, you need to buy security, you need to buy all kinds of different stuff, and then it is slow. What Groove is doing is the complete opposite. We're building everything in a secured loop, and this makes it faster. This makes it this just makes it better because we are controlling it and not other people are controlling it. This is why when you use WordPress, you need a lot of different updates because WordPress is adjusting itself to match the plugins. We don't want to do that. We'll have our platform and then the plugins will need to match us at a later point. And absolutely yes, some people already moved away from WordPress with their websites. Some people use WordPress for blogging and websites. Some people use it only for blogging. Some people use it only for their websites. Some people that only need the websites, they already moved over. We are now getting the people over as well soon that will be having their blogs because Groove Blog is coming out really soon. Okay, so that was the answer to this question. Thanks, man. But after I key in everything, but nothing come out for verification. Something went wrong. Please do a hard reload. Just log out or open your platform and open GrooveFunnels in an incognito window and test it that way. There must be a step that you're either missing or you just need to clear your cache. Question, I'm trying to find where in cart there is something called continue shopping. When a customer puts something in their cart, I want them to be able to either go back to website or back to the homepage of the cart. Not quite sure if I know the answer to this one. Let's just dive in together. In GrooveKart, this is where we are. I know that when we have a product, we can open a product page. Let's just say this one. And then go to the shipping step. Okay, we probably have also cart and pricing. Okay, add to cart buttons, quantity discount, bundle products, quantity selector. We'll just zoom in for you guys. Let's just see add to cart buttons. Okay, let's just see if this actually does it. I'm pretty sure I understand what you're saying, and this is not on the actual product page, but on the page where somebody put something already in the cart. Yeah, so here you would like something to come over here. Let's see where that would be edited. Inside the pages, we have the shopping cart. And in the shopping cart, there is a continue shopping option, as you can see here, but it must be hidden, I believe. Cart, change quantity, remove product attributes, product picture. Okay, I believe this is a page, and the one that loads in on the sidebar is something different. It uses this layout, shopping cart. It has the continue shopping button on here, but it doesn't allow us to see where that actual sidebar is. I believe that is not yet available. Item was added to cart. Proceed to checkout. It immediately goes to the checkout page. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. This is a great question. I don't know the answer to this question. I believe this is not something that they put on there yet, but I don't know where we would be able to actually modify this. So I need to go and ask somebody that knows this. So yeah, sorry, I cannot be of help immediately. Let's see. David, please notify me of the details of your setup when you're ready. I know you said green screen, but I need the details set up. Okay. My clue is, from what I could tell, David answered that all basic functions are usable. Okay. I received an email that my GrooveKart shop is ready, plus further instruction. Is it must register for a domain name, and does it matter in which country the provider is? So GrooveKart is when the shop is ready, you can get in there, go into the settings, or basically you can start using it immediately. When you create a GrooveKart store, you have a subdomain, so it's not necessarily needed to immediately purchase a domain and connect it. What my suggestion is to do that last. Okay, so when you actually set up everything, then to connect it with your domain. I found that this is the safest way to actually not have your page crawled and indexed by the search engines, even though there is a lot of time needed to do that, but it just makes it easier for yourself to not need changes in case you do. For example, you connect now your domain with your shopping cart, and then after, I don't know, a month or 2 or 3, you change something on it, it was already crawled. Okay, so it was already Google has your information from your website and things like that on your main domain, so your main domain will be able to be found in the search results. If you don't do it, people will find the subdomain in there, but then after, when you add the root domain, it will not be a big problem, because your root domain will be able to rank with the fresh information on there. So, and it doesn't matter from what country it is. Byron, David, what is the most appealing color that go together, in your opinion, that is catching and pleasing to the eye for websites? My opinion, I don't know this. Appealing colors, I would keep it black, white, and gray would be the base, and one main color. You can choose green, yellow, red, any color, but just make it one. Go out there and then have a look at some sites that you like. Just look through the websites and see, oh my god, this is a beautiful color. Once you find that color that you actually like, make that your brand color, but just use one color with white, gray, and black. Okay, that's the best combination, and most of my sites, most of my builds are that way. I rarely use more color. You can use shades of the same color. For example, you choose this pink over here, and then you do a darker shade, a lighter shade, 2 shades darker, 2 shades brighter or lighter, and then you use that one. But there's no, this color is the best and it works best. So yeah. Hi, struggle with Google feeds from GrooveKart store. They keep getting denied for missing information. How can we customize the actual feed, not sitemaps, the actual feed? Thanks. Al Palazzo, I'm not quite sure about this one. I have used Google Feeds with Shopify. I haven't gotten a chance yet to use with GrooveKart. I don't know what kind of information they are sending over, and I don't know what actual information is missing. So there are tech agents that would be able to assist you with this one. So please reach out to the support. They would be able to assist. When will tags be available in GrooveMail? They are already available, Marvin. In case you go into the actual, I'll show you. In GrooveMail, let's just see. Okay, so um, So in GrooveMail, we already have tags and segments. You click on the tags and then you can create new tags. Tags are good for marking people. For example, you create automations um, for tags. This person, I don't know, came in from this website, or this person came in from this website, or this website, and basically different tags for people that filled out the form on here, filled out the form on there, and then so on. So you know where they are coming from. Later on, when you click on the leads, you go into the actual leads. You can let's just click on N over here, and you can see the tags and the lists they are on. So you'll see where they came from, what they did, and so on. So all this could be managed with automations. You can set up an automation. If a lead subscribed to the list, then tag it. Okay, then add a tag. Or if somebody filled out the form, then add a tag. And then you can also do multiple one of these. So for example, if a lead fills out the form, add a tag and subscribe them to a sequence, and so on. So it is already available. It was available from the start. Have some problem with the builder. My page on my builder looks perfect, but on a live page, the above on my page have some white space. Couldn't solve this. That's a great thing, and that is when people don't delete the block, but they just delete the actual elements on the page or the containers. So my suggestion is click on a text element and just drag it onto that white space. Then delete the actual block, not only the element or the container, delete the whole block that is showing the white space, and that will sort your issue. Follow-up question for Gmail custom field. Is there any reach back to display data user input prior to the fix? What? Is there any reach back to display data user's input prior to the fix? Oh, not sure. So Keisha is asking, she created forms previously which had this custom information that she was asking people to fill out on a form. The form was collecting the information, but it was not displaying it immediately in GrooveMail. Now she is asking if the information that was collected from custom fields can be displayed now in GrooveMail after the update came out. The answer is I don't know, but this is a great question, and I will definitely mark it and ask it from my devs on there. Okay, so just write it out. I'll just quickly type it out so that I don't forget. There we go. Okay, so I have someone upgrade his account to lifetime member, but my dashboard still shows 0 commissions. Why is this? The commissions will be showing most probably because the person chose the 14-day trial, and then I believe it's 14-day trial, and then the first payment comes in, or actually, yeah, it's 14 days. After this 14 days, you will receive a notification that the person, or actually, you will not receive a notification. It will just update in GrooveSell in case the person didn't cancel. So you have 14 days trial, and then after these 14 days have passed and the person didn't ask for a refund or didn't cancel it, then it will be starting to show up in your dashboard. Hi from sunny Vegas. Was in meetings. If you haven't already, would you please show how to fix the overlapping containers? Darcy, I went to sleep yesterday. I will take some time today. This is not something I want to do now live, but I'll shoot a video for you. Is Loom is free with Groove? Loom is nothing to do has nothing to do with Groove. Loom is a completely different company. There is a free account for Loom, but it is nothing to do with Groove. Is GrooveSell finally rolling out different currencies tomorrow? Originally scheduled for October 14th, then October. Okay, you are actually marking these. It seems like it. It says October 30th. I don't have the actual information if it is or if it is not, but just remember these are target dates. Then if we need a little bit more time, taxes, currencies, money, and things in GrooveSell can go really, really wrong. And if our devs need a little bit more time, it should be great if we give them more time to actually sort that out, because we don't want issues later on. Sir, how Groove helps for e-commerce? You have a GrooveKart, which is an e-commerce platform which helps immensely. Christine Case, thank you for looking forward. Okay, perfect. Is any plugin for? No, we don't have plugins. Sorry, if I want to start a new website, Groove, what about web rankings? It's much better to rank your websites with Groove than WordPress. It's easier. I'm Indian, I'm new user, but I'm not good English knowledge. That's okay. Can we consider Groove as CMS like WordPress? No. WordPress is a CMS which you install on your servers, on your web host. Groove is a cloud-based platform which is not a CMS. It is a platform for creating. It is a cloud platform for creating websites and funnels and sell your things. It's not a CMS. It's not something you install on your servers. I am new join, so please help how to make money. Affiliate link your platform. Please look into videos on YouTube. There are loads of videos how to do that. Thank you. Looked. Appreciate your time. No problem. Been traveling a bit, but totally miss my Groove family. David Lemon, thank you very much. Actually, Keisha, thank you very much for the t-shirt. I got it a couple of days ago, and yesterday I did a training in that t-shirt. So positive vibes only. Thank you very much. When I set up a new lead in GroovePages, do I have to open a company? Whoa, that just went too big, too fast. You set up a new lead in GroovePages. Do I have to open a company? I don't see the connection in there. If you want to have a website in GroovePages, you absolutely don't need to open a company. You can just create websites. Okay. If you want to open a company and you want to actually become a company, this is not something I can advise you on. But companies are better because people, when they want to sue you, when people want to get your money, they need to go through hoops. They need to go through systems in order to get your money. If you're starting out, you don't necessarily need a company to do that. That's my suggestion. But look into it a little bit more. Look into it in online. Call people up that would know. Find companies that do this. But in case you want to start out with GroovePages and you don't even know how to build out your site yet, don't look into company because you're far away from that one. Is it possible to use my own hex codes for branding? I do not seem to be able to edit. Can only select preset once. Not sure what platform, Millie, but you can in every platform almost. Let me just show you how. So if you go to, this is GroovePages, okay? So this is where you actually edit your website, your funnels, and so let's just edit this button color, okay? I go into background, and you here have already preset colors. For example, the yellow, you can choose the yellow. But there is this circle. In case you click on the circle, you now have a color picker, and you can put in your hex codes. And most of the times, this is the same thing on all the platforms. In case you go to GrooveKart, let's just try to change some styling over here. You go into the background, you choose the background color, and you also have this little dot or the circle with the actual option to add on the hex codes. So most of the platforms look identical, and this is the same procedure for each and every one of the platforms. Okey-doke. So, okay, thanks, David. No problem. Your Hindi language and your team, so I can understand this opportunity. Rajesh, this is a live. I don't speak Hindi, and there is no captioning on the live streams. You can watch the replays, and basically the older videos that were captioned, you can just turn on the captioning. You can turn on the subtitles, and just translate them immediately. Is GrooveFunnels for multi-domains? Yes and no. GrooveFunnels is a platform which you can create websites, funnels, sales systems, memberships, uh, like e-commerce stores, all kinds of things. You can have multiple domains on that. I don't know what you mean by multi-domains. If you're thinking about websites, you can have multiple domains for one website, and you can also have one domain for multiple websites. So if you can, if you want, you can do that. One more question. What if I don't have any products of my own at all? Can I use only the product provided by Groove? Absolutely. You can also find other people's products as well to sell. We have a marketplace out in the, if you go into the, click on Groove Affiliate, you go to Marketplace, then it will be shown up. You can find other people's products and sell that. You can also go to marketplaces like ClickBank, JVZoo, Warrior Plus, and many, many more, and sell those products. You don't have to necessarily have your own product. Can a list subscriber be uploaded and not yet? When I set up a new lead in GrooveMail, okay, I answered this one already. Okay, this one is answered as well. The first payment already made to GrooveFunnel, never asked for refund, but still I never received the commission. Reach out to support. I don't know what could have gone wrong, but they will be able to see what went wrong. Not sure if the person registered with a new account and then upgraded or not. Maybe that's the case. Maybe they put in a different email address when upgrading, or just creating the account, so you don't get that commission. But I don't know. These are just guesses. Please don't come up to me like, how do you mean? Please reach out to support so they can look into what happened there. I have a gallery section on my site. Is it possible to turn this into automatic slider on a mobile view? No. Also, how do I get my blocks to appear on top of each other on mobile instead of next on top of each other on mobile instead of next to each other? How do I get my blocks to appear on top of each other? Blocks will appear always on top of each other. Not quite sure how your website is set up, but whenever you do normal blocks, they are coming on top of each other. Even on the desktop, the blocks are on top of each other. They cannot be next to each other. I don't know what you mean by this, so in case you could explain it maybe with a video, with an image inside a group, I would be able to have a look into it. How cool. Hi, Keisha. What goes in the blank template under site name when I use a free membership for GrooveFunnels if I don't have a business? What goes in a blank template under site name when using a free membership for GrooveFunnels? What goes in the blank template? I don't know what you mean by this one. Sorry, Danisha. I'm really struggling to understand. You mean website templates? Site name when I use. I don't understand your question. Sorry. David goes through the feed to answer all questions. No need to put your question more than once. Yep, please. This is why you're asked to put Q in front, so your questions. Yes. Is Easy CSS works with GrooveFunnels? Easy CSS changes everything, every CSS on every platform that you're working with. It doesn't changes directly the code in your page. You just get the CSS code necessarily, so you can copy it over from the tool Easy CSS, and you paste in the modified CSS into your page. Hi David, I'm new platinum and new in this world. I would like to know if I start with Academy Grooves, Internet, or Marathon. You did. Thank you. Very good question. People get into company and don't know where to start. And my suggestion is know what you want to build. If this is, you have a product, for example, a book that you want to sell, look into the ways, or ask the community what are the ways to actually sell the books, in case you don't know how to start out yet. I do not suggest you to start just watching random videos just because. There are two videos that I highly suggest you to watch, and this is the um, intro to GrooveFunnels. I will show you actually. This is available in your GrooveFunnels dashboard. Let me just open a new tab over here. When you come over here, you come down to the tutorials, okay? Here in the tutorials button, you get two videos that I highly suggest you to watch. One is Intro to GrooveFunnels, okay? You watch this one, and the Complete Beginner's Guide to Working with GroovePages. These two videos I highly suggest you to watch. This is like a basics of everything that you can do with this platform at this moment. So that's something I would suggest you to do. After that, learn or know what you want to build, know what you want to do, and then after that, it will be easy to actually find answers on what steps you need to take in order to build out your business to start making money. Okay. Best practices on how to set up text so that it allows separate margin edits on desktop and mobile. I have opt-in pages that both change when edit one or other. Timonacci Glass, there are loads of videos. Even the Barshi did a couple during the Groovathon. I did a couple. There is what I experience is that we do these videos, but people maybe watch it, but people don't test out the actual things that we show in the videos. So I believe it's just a practice. You are looking for best practices on how to set up this, but I believe you just need to practice. You need to watch any of the videos that I did on responsiveness, and even if I do million videos on how to do responsiveness, people will still be asking how to do responsiveness. So you just take a video, go through it, and then do the actual things that I did. Just practice, exercise, just test it out, because more information on the same topic will not, or actually the same information on the same topic will not be able to help you better. It's already available out there. Just try to implement it. I'm also trying to collect email addresses in GrooveMail, and before I can create a form, it says I don't have a sender details. What goes in sender info in the space? Delete all your senders. What you have, everything, delete everything, okay? Then log out from GrooveFunnels and log back in. Then start from scratch. Add on a sender. You will receive an email. You'll click on the email verify, and you will be good to go. When you actually verified the email, refreshed, click the reload button in the browser, and it will be working. Yeah, you're new, that's fine. So delete all your senders from GrooveMail. I'm blurred now. Delete all your senders. Woohoo, camera. And then actually it will be functioning. I don't know why I'm blurred, so let's just see if I change this will help. Nope, not necessarily. It's not helping. So let me just show something else. Okay, give me just one moment. Still not better. Getting there, guys, getting there. Give me just one moment. There we go. So I don't know why just the autofocus went went rogue. Yeah, so with the senders, it just needs to be redone. There was a deployment and update that that fixed everything. You just need to delete all your senders, reload GrooveMail, and then, or actually log out from GrooveMail or log out from Groove, and then come back there. When you make a screen smaller to mimic mobile devices, how to set up the page so all text and images change in size and the screen reduces instead of text and image styling static and out of alignment. You're probably using the drag handles, Paul. I believe you are having difficulties with the mobile responsiveness for months now. um, I believe you still don't understand fully what happens when you do a change. So I don't know how to answer this exact question. How do you set up the page? This is a really hard question for me to answer during this Q&A, because there is no right or wrong answer. It just needs to be learned what happens when you do a change. So I cannot answer this question right now. For your information, can take 45 days to get commission from sale, must wait for refund period first, and after someone upgrades. Yes, I read few articles saying that you need at least 2 people upgrade to platinum member, then only I will start generate affiliate commission from third platinum sales onwards. You can get paid out, but it will be showing up in case you made a sale. Hi David, is there a way to change the name of a project in GroovePages? I can't figure it out. What do you mean by a project? If it's a website, you can change the site name. Let me show you. Here we go. So now we are in GroovePages. This is a site where I'm working on what I'm working on. In case you want to change the site name, you go into this hamburger icon on the top corner, you click site settings, and you add the website name or the business or website name on here. Okay. In case you want to change the page name, you come into the pages, click these 3 dots, edit settings, and then you rename the page over here. Okay. These are the settings you would need to do in order for it to work. So that's it. Are there plans to have a slider on GroovePages, and any idea when? There is a slider already, but it's not meant for, it's a carousel element that slides images, but not a slider for a full background. Okay, and I don't think that this is planned now. So I don't know the ETA. What GroovePages element made the text scroll on top of the GrooveFunnels page during launch from right to left? This is just an embed, and I will show you. I helped do that. So if you go to Google and just type in ticker, HTML generator, or HTML ticker generator, then you have all kinds of different tools that you can use to scroll text. You can modify it, you can choose the speed, and so on. There is loads of these. So these are called tickers or scroll bars, or I don't even know. There are loads of options where you can create your own. You just get the code. Uh, sign button. Okay, so that's not something. So you can have a look at these. I don't know which one exactly did they use at the end. They asked me if I know how to do it, but this is just an embedded code that was generated using one of these generators. Yeah, so once you set everything up, then you get a preview, and then it gives you the code that you need to copy over. So that's about that. Okay. When I click on GroovePages too, when I click on GroovePages and click on blank template, there's a box that pops up and says new site name, what to put in there if I'm promoting GrooveFunnels. Like, this is just something for yourself so that you know what the name of the website is, like project affiliate project, or promoting Groove, or whatever you would like. This is just a site name so that you can differentiate it later on. And this is for the reason because people like me have loads of sites. So let me just show you how my page looks like. Okay, previously, when we didn't have that pop-up asking for a site name, it was originally just adding my site name. In case you didn't go and manually edit the site name, it just showed up as my site name. Okay, now it gives you an option to actually type in the site name immediately so that this doesn't happen. And when you have loads of websites, so these are, each of these is a site. This is on my account. Sometimes some look the same, okay, and in order to know which one is which, this is where you add the name. So this is the name that shows up when you go and create a new site. You choose this one or a template, it will give you the same thing to choose a site name, and this is the site name over here. So hopefully that clarifies that. As Kisha is saying, come up with a creative name of your site. If I delete CSS from one page in GroovePages, does it delete from all of them in my GroovePages? If I delete CSS from one page in my GroovePages, does it delete it from all pages? Now you're just deleting it from one page. I mean, it's kind of answered your question already. Each page is its separate page. In case you would edit the site CSS, and if you remove it, then it would actually affect all the pages. Is CSS included when sharing source code? Yes. So a website consists of HTML and CSS. These are the two things that it consists of. When you actually go out there and then view the source code of the site, so let's just go into one of these, and then actually let's just go into this charitable foundations. Okay, and you have a look at the source code. You can see this is the actual CSS. So this is the style. This is the CSS. If you scroll down all the way to the bottom, so this is the CSS for this component. I don't know what it does, but it defines the color, defines the padding, it defines the display and the font size, and so on and so on. So if you have a look over here, there's quite a lot of things that are styled on the page. And if you go down to the bottom, now this is the actual HTML code. So this is the structure, this is the text, and this is the actual content on the page. So each of these contents is styled by the CSS that you saw previously on the top of the page. This is a CSS that is styling the HTML that is on the bottom that I showed you. So that's about that. I've been looking for where training would be located from Greg Morrison and Mike Long on doing on page SEO on Groove. Heard you say one happened 4 months ago, or maybe a more recent one. There was a training last week with Mike Long, and actually he said Greg Morrison. There was a training from Mike Long. I don't know if Greg Morrison was on there, but there were 3 trainings from Mike Long. One was last week, Friday. There was a couple few months ago, but they are available in the Groove Digital Academy. In case you go GrooveDigitalAcademy.com, you go to Groove Digital Presents. You will have GrooveFunnels, GrooveKart, and Groove Digital Presents. You can find them in the Groove Digital Presents. Does CSS make page load speed slower? No, CSS is just styling. In case you add on a lot of different things, maybe, but I don't think so. Okay, so this one was answered. Thank you. I was clicking the code, not in the circle. I am wiser now. Thanks, David. No problem, Millie. Alexander, what's the best way to upload your own video into the video background container in GroovePages? You cannot do that. You need to go with Vistia or Vimeo in order to do that, because these are the integrations available for the video backgrounds. So if you want to upload your video, go into Vimeo and upload the video there. You mean I can get affiliate commission even if it's my first sale? You can get affiliate commissions. You cannot get them paid out until your second sale. Okay, you have to have 2 sales in order to get the commission paid out. This is something that people do. They purchase, they give their friends an affiliate link, and they give also the money to the friend, or they just log in with their friend's account and purchase it themselves. They made a bonus. Okay, so this is not something we want to allow. We said, okay, you can get, if you get 2 sales, you can get the affiliate commission, but in case you actually have 1 sale, it will not allow you to pay out yourself the affiliate commission, because it could be a false purchase. It could be you buying your own, buying through your own links. So that is not something we want. Thanks so much. Really appreciate the Q&A help. Are you planning on uploading all the Grooveathon recordings to the Groove YouTube channel? Last I looked, it stopped at recording 11. Yes, this is something I'm working on. Only yesterday I finished uploading or downloading them from Facebook. I can only download 1 video at a time, and them, the videos being 8-hour long chunks. It took loads of days. So my computer, I didn't turn it off for a couple of days already, because it was downloading videos, and I started uploading videos into our own files and folders from company, and I will be also uploading the videos for the rest of the replays into YouTube, so that they are there as well. But it just takes time. I also do trainings and I do loads of other stuff, but I didn't have the chance to actually do it yet because of the speed of downloads and uploads. How many Groove subdomains can we have? As I mentioned previously, there was a question at the beginning. As it says, it will change all site subdomains. So you're talking about GroovePages. In GroovePages, you can have 1 subdomain. In case you're talking about GrooveKart, each store will have a subdomain. In case you're talking about GrooveSell, each product funnel will have a subdomain, 1 subdomain. If you're talking about GrooveMember, each membership will have its own subdomain. But I believe you're talking about GroovePages. You can have 1 subdomain for all your websites, but at the end you will have a path. And if you were not here, you can watch the replay immediately after we finish. I was scribbling over here that people that want to have a subdomain, so in this case lemon is the subdomain, the something.com or groovepages.com is the root domain, and then the path, this is the path, a juice, so it would be lemon.groovepages.com/juice. Okay, this is how it would be in GroovePages. So you define this 1 subdomain, okay, which is lemon, and this is for all your sites, and you just add on the path, which will be different for each of your sites. You can have 1 site where you created 1 site for, I don't know, selling unicorn outfits. This could be 1 site, so it would be, instead of juice, you could put unicorn. In case you want to sell I don't know, supplements, then it would be lemon.groovepages.com/supplements, and so on. So this is the chicken scratching from explaining that concept. I do merchant services and build website. My question is, can I build client website and use my own gateway with my own shopping cart for clients, as I don't think I get residual from GrooveKart? You have your own gateway. I believe you're not talking about your own company and so on, but I believe you're talking about PayPal or Stripe. Yes, you can. with my own shopping cart. I don't know what you mean by your own shopping cart. If you are using a platform like Instacart or Samcart or DriveCart or something like that, you can probably use that. Just embed the actual button, the purchase button on the pages in GroovePages, and you can use that. Yeah. As always, thank you, David Lemon. No problem. I just came on, not sure if this was asked. What is the current lifetime price? And I have all the bonuses from the launch being removed. All the bonuses except GrooveKart. Now you can still create unlimited number of GrooveKart stores. That is staying, but everything else, Slingly, Usign, Chatmatic, FTC Guardian, what else? I don't even know what all kinds of different platforms. They are still they left. They are not available anymore. So you can have very, very good platform for building your business, which is GrooveFunnels, and you can have GrooveKart, which is a bonus in there. David, I like the new green screen look you have going. Nice. Thank you very much. I am testing things out. I will have loads more things. I also got some new tech where I'll be able to play sound clips, and I got this drawing pad with a pen where I can actually draw out funnels for the next upcoming builds and things like that. So I'm really trying to improve the quality of the videos for you guys so that you can learn and make more money. That is basically it. Thanks, Dave. No problem. That's the last comment that I had here. So at this moment, I believe we are ready. This is a 2-hour session. This is what I usually plan for LemonAid Q&A. What's the current lifetime price? You can just head over and click on the upgrade button in your dashboard to see the current lifetime price. I believe it is different if you pay a one-time fee than if you pay monthly. So have a look at the upgrade page. If you're on a free account, just go to groovefunnels.com or app.groovefunnels.com. You click on the upgrade button and you can see it there. Is there any sample for funnel templates as Groove affiliates? Every sales page is an affiliate page. If you think about it, Shukur, what an affiliate page is a sales page promoting somebody else's product. There's no affiliate funnels or affiliate pages. It's a sales page promoting not your own product but somebody else's product. So that's the difference. Every page can be an affiliate page. Every page can be a sales page. It's just what you put on there. So a sales page can be a headline, which is saying, get this amazing offer, I don't know, get this amazing software valued at $17,000 completely for free. Okay. The value you calculate by what price people would need to pay in case they have the apps that are compared to what GrooveFunnels will have, and you can actually just put a headline and a buy now button. It's now a sales page. The same thing applies for affiliate. It's just the person doesn't buy your own product or Groove but buys something else. So that is the explanation of that. Connecting a URL to a button in GroovePages, is this still a problem or just me? This is probably just you because let me show you why. If you have looked into any of the tutorials that I do, I explain the reason why this happens. I'll actually just add on a button on here. Let's just use this, for example. And I just want a button just to demonstrate this. Okay, I will put in a button on here. I'll center it so we can see it a bit better. Here we go. So now we have a button in this container. Once you click on this button and you configure a URL, let's just copy over the Groove Digital Facebook group URL. Okay. We'll need to wait a little bit until the configure option comes up, or we can just go out and start with this page. On here, I already have a button, and you cannot see anything. Great, David, awesome job. Anyway, what I was showing is how to actually go into the GroovePages, put on a button, and then when I copied over the Groove Digital Facebook group link, and if you paste it in with your mouse on here, you see that the update button doesn't come on. If you press any button on your keyboard, I'll just press the right arrow. Okay, you saw how the update button came on live. This is because the actual form field over here needs to understand that there was something typed into it. So it's super simple to understand it. If you want, you can paste with your mouse, just press left or right or any button on your keyboard, or just use Control V or Command V to paste in. So if you actually use the keyboard to paste things in, let's just say that I delete everything on here, and you paste it in with your keyboard, it automatically shows up the pink button. So this is just something that you didn't yet figure it out, but that's something you would need to do. We cannot see anything. Cannot see. You're not sharing your screen. I know. I made a mistake. Sales page. Get this amazing software value, $17,000. Yep. Thanks a lot. Better than college. I think you missed my question earlier. Can you insert an image in an article in GroovePages and wrap the text around it in as easy as WordPress? So WordPress is a blogging platform made to actually show content nicely on a page. This will be available in GrooveBlog. Now, what GroovePages is a static way of creating websites, and it is not as simple in there. So with blog, you will be able to do these types of things, but it is the same thing when you actually use WordPress and use a page builder as Elementor. In Elementor, you can also not do these things. In Thrive Architect, you cannot do these things because this is two different elements. When you pull them together, they will not come and modify by themselves. This is a function of a blogging software where blog is just like Word document, and you pull in an image and then the text readjusts so that you can have a nicer layout. This is not possible in GroovePages. You would need to modify the actual content separately on the page in GroovePages. Thanks so much, David. Anyone who spends time in here knows how hard you work. Thank you very much. Does the image carousel have an automated scroll feature? Yes, it does. Yes, it is. Let's just go on together and then have a look. So in the elements, if you scroll down a little bit inside the media tab, there is a carousel element over here. If you add on your images on here, you have the autoplay and you have the loop features, as you see here. You put the interval, how much you need to wait or how long you need to wait in order to actually change the images. This is what you define over here. And then if you put number of slides, I have 5 images, then you get 5 of these boxes to put your images in. Very important. I want to just put a important marker on this one. Resize your images previously before you upload them. So make sure they are all the same size. Otherwise, your carousel will be all out of whack. If you want to have a look at a really good example of the carousel, you can have a look at groovefunnels.com/testimonials. On this page, we have some of the testimonials, and we have this. You can see these images. They were created as this gray outline. This is an actual image that was created to be the same size, the same dimensions. each one of these images is the same dimension. As you can see, this is how it functions. There is no autoplay on this one, but this is something that is in GroovePages. So this is a slider or a carousel element in GroovePages. So that's it. Make sure you create all your images the same size. This way it will be nicely displayed on the page and you will not have any issues. In case one image is this big, the other one is this big, it will be a mess. Yep. What's the new video software you're using for this live chat? It's different to what you normally use, is it not? Yes, Rosemary. I'm using actually StreamYard. This is the same thing, but today I have gotten my green screen. You can have a look when I wave my hand. You see this. It is a little bit strange, and even if I look up, there is a ring light which gives black color in my eyes. It's crazy. I'm still testing it out and still learning how to use it, but in order to stream continually like this, for example, I did buttons where I press different buttons on my keyboard and it goes to a different scene. I use a software called OBS. I would probably doing a video about how I set it up on my own profile, probably in Facebook and my own YouTube channel, because this is not related to Groove that much, so it doesn't make sense for me to create it under GrooveFunnels. GrooveKart doesn't have an update button. Not quite sure what you mean, an update button. If you could explain this a little bit more, I would appreciate it. Thank you from Pammy. Thanks, David. Keep it up. Keep grooving. Thank you very much. Gloria McDonald. Hi, Gloria. I was just watching the video today for when you were on the Groovathon. You did an amazing job. How do I get my sender info verified so I can get a broadcast? Very good question. I explained this previously, but I can share where the information is. So Gloria, in case you set up already something in your sender's details, delete all of them. Okay, delete everything and just log out from from GrooveFunnels and then log back in. This way you'll have the freshest version of GrooveMail and the whole platform actually. What I'm going to show you is where you can find a step-by-step video on how to do this. And this is in case you come to the Facebook group. And if you come into announcements, there was a deployment for GrooveMail. Okay, this is where we added the sender identity. In case you click on this video on here, this is where I explained how to work with the senders. Let me just make this silent. And this is where I went step by step and show how to set up the sender details. Once you actually did, you get this success. Previously it was kind of an error message, but now you will see it in the middle of the screen. It will say successfully verified. Once this is done, we close the actual email. It says verified, it says no. You just need to reload page and now it says yes. So that is something you can have a look. Once you are sending broadcasts, in the account section over here, you will be able to choose the actual sender. You'll be able to choose which one you would like to use for that one. So have a look at this one, and everybody else that didn't see this video or didn't test this out yet, that's the actual explanation how to work with the sender's details. Great to see you. Thank you very much. OBS is not the most intuitive. Yes, a training would be awesome. Absolutely. I'll try to give a really nice short explanation onto the whole thing on how to use OBS and how to actually use it in StreamYard, because that was the thing that I didn't understand. How can I use it? Actually, I seen this on the Groovathon. Asher, the guy from Singapore that was once with me on live, and I believe a couple of times with Simon Leung, he actually did something like that. He had his presentation in one scene, and he had some other cool things that he was doing with the cameras. So I was like, oh my god, I need this. And this is how I am testing this out. How to connect GrooveKart with Printful. Integration happens manually or automatically. You need to integrate it manually, but then so we don't have a full integration with Printful. Printful didn't do their part yet to actually have us as a supplier, or the actual partner, to be precise. This is being worked on. We are waiting for Printful to actually do this part. And once it does, then the fulfillment can go automatically. At this moment, it needs to go manually. Great, thanks. My pleasure. Rosemary, in GroovePages, when you're making a change on the panel, once you make the change, you can click on an update button, but GrooveKart doesn't seem to have that option. When you're making a change on the panel, once you make the change, you can click on an update button, but GrooveKart, you can click on an update button when you did some kind of change, like you choose an icon and you need to click on the update in order for the icon to actually change on the canvas. GrooveKart is coded differently. GrooveKart doesn't need an option to confirm the changes on there, so that's why there is no update button. But if you found some problems that this is causing, please reach out to the support and we can get that sorted. So yeah, I didn't find a need for an update button yet, but it is probably because I didn't explore it enough or something. But yeah, GrooveKart has any theme like Shopify has? Nope. And this is the good part. GrooveKart doesn't need themes because GrooveKart is the only platform at this moment available that works with a page builder. In Shopify, you cannot do anything without purchasing, or basically purchasing the theme or using one of those slow, clunky, free Shopify themes. GrooveKart was built completely differently, so that you don't actually need somebody to code a template or code a theme for you. You can create it yourself just by dragging and dropping things on the canvas, and this is why it is so different, and this is why it's more powerful. Shopify is marketed as a beginner friendly store creator, but you cannot customize anything as you want it, and it just made a lot of people like confused. And it's like you need to have a coder on your side to actually modify some of the templates, but not with GrooveKart, because you create your own. We'll have different designs which you can import. It will be like a drag and drop system where you can choose page designs. So my home page, I want to have this design, and then you can change some things on the page, and that's it. We'll have that. This is coming soon. I don't have an ETA on that, but it is being worked on. Like we'll be able to sell GrooveKart stores like GroovePages. I believe yes, at a certain point, but not in the foreseeable future. Later on, probably not now. Yes, so now we are doing this live stream already for 2 hours. If you do have any other questions, please make sure you ask them here. Otherwise, I will be wrapping this up soon. So yeah, I was actually testing this live streaming system the whole day. I want to make videos that look like it was pre-recorded. It's like I can actually produce it. Like I do an intro, then I put in a logo intro or something like that, and then I come back and then I change the scenes, and it could look like a really, really good produced pre-recorded video, but I will be doing them live. So this is what I was testing today. GrooveKart have any videos or tutorials on how to build store? Yes, just go in the Groove Digital Academy. You can find videos there, and I also started doing them. So let me just share it with you here in case you come. I don't know why this is here. Let's just move myself on here. A little bit smaller. There we go. So if you come to the Groove Digital YouTube channel, just youtube.com/GrooveDigital. Okay, you click on the videos and you can see this one, how to make money using GrooveKart, and then selling physical products using GroovePages and GrooveKart. So these are the two videos I created. One has already 1,600 views, and this was just 2 days ago. I believe 3 days ago, and this was 2 days ago. Yeah, I started doing these GrooveKart trainings. There will be more and more. There are also GrooveKart challenge trainings. So there is Darcy Hall with John Garcia here, here, here. So all of these images you see, Thursday GrooveKart challenge, these are all GrooveKart trainings you can watch. And I also started doing my own very recently. So that's it. Let's see if any other questions popped up. Thanks, buddy, for everything. You rock. You rock. Thanks, Kisha. GrooveKart challenge might be a good option as well. Absolutely. So, wow, you just elevate from left to right. Yep. You see, so we can have different screens. I can also come like that, and then I can move myself around the page. It's quite cool what you can do with OBS. It's not very intuitive, as Kisha said, but once you actually learn how to play with it, it is super easy. So thank you, David. Awesome as always. Thank you, guys. So it is 2 hours 10 minutes that we started this Q&A session. I hope you learned something great. I hope I answered your questions. We'll be doing these Q&As more and more. And I also wanted to mention, in case you are doing something with GrooveKart, tomorrow we will have a show and tell, GrooveKart show and tell, the first GrooveKart show and tell, where I will be focusing on giving feedback specifically for GrooveKart stores. Okay, I myself am training myself in GrooveKart, and I want to be able to provide my feedback from the years I have experience from Shopify, from designing stores as well. Now that GrooveKart is available to everybody, more and more people will be building out their stores, and more people will be needing help and looking for feedback. So this is why tomorrow and every Friday we'll be doing GrooveKart show and tells. So make sure you jump on that live stream. That being said, I would like to thank everybody for being here. I really enjoyed this session. It was cool with the whole different technology that we have going on. And yeah, hopefully you learned something that you will be able to use in your business. That said, thank you very much one more time. Hopefully see you tomorrow again. Bye now.